In this tutorial, we will learn how to create counting numbers in Blender. It can have multiple applications. For example, we can use this to create a digital clock. Or we can also use this in a 3D comparison video, where the number keeps on increasing until it attains a certain value, as you must have seen somewhere. So our starting point would be this default cube, but we will create everything through geometry nodes, so we need to first split the screen into two parts, like this. Let's open Geometry Node Editor here, and then click on this new button. By default, we'll get these two input-output nodes. But we don't need this group input, so we can remove it. Then go to the Add menu and scroll down to Utilities. These menu options got slightly changed in the latest version. They are now clubbed into some groups. We need to go to this text option and add a string to curve node here. Then again go to the same text menu under the Add menu and add a value to string node before this. We need to connect this input value socket to a value node. So this value will be converted into a string here. Let's connect this string output to this third node. It will be then converted into a curve, which goes to the group output node. So we'll finally get this number. And we need to also make it upright, so let's change its X rotation angle to 90 degrees. This completes our setup, and now begins the fun part. If we slowly increase this field, we'll see that the output number is changing accordingly. So basically, we need to animate this field. For frame number 1, let's enter here, 64. And we need to insert a keyframe for this value. Then we'll go to the end of the animation, and change this to say 100. We need to also keyframe this like before. Now if we run the animation, we will see that the final output is increasing in steps. So this is how we can create a counting number. But there is also a problem with this if we observe it minutely. The increment is slow in the beginning, and then it picks up speed in the middle of the animation. The reason is, this field is following a Bezier type interpolation. If we want a uniform change of the number, we need to make it follow a linear type interpolation. So let us stop the animation, and then select this node. Please ensure that it is highlighted, as you can see here. Then we need to open Graph Editor from here. If you zoom into this area, you'll get the animation curve, or the F curve. We can see that it has got a slow start and a slow end. First we have to select all these keyframes. Then from the key menu, under Interpolation, we have to select Linear. And this will change into a straight line. Now back to our viewport. The increment should happen uniformly, but let's verify it through action. So we can see that the number is increasing without any delay. And if you want to use a decimal point and display a fractional number, you can use this decimal field. So if we increase it to 1, or say 2, we will get those many number of places after the decimal point, like dollar and cents. Now, this is so far good, as a basic building block, but if you want an actual three-dimensional text, not a skeleton or curve, we need to add few more nodes into this node tree. The entire node tree will look like this. We have created a separate tutorial that explains in details how to create a better text using geometry nodes. The link is given in the video description. You can watch the same, or just pause this video, and copy-paste these nodes as shown here. So we will get a nice three-dimensional text in the output, and it can be used anywhere as a counting number. But you can still encounter two more challenges with this. The first issue is, currently the text is created as left-aligned, and you may want to center-align this whole thing. For that, we have given the link of one more tutorial in the video description below, where we have discussed how to center-align or bottom-align anything that you create with geometry nodes like this. And the second thing is, you may want to add a leading 0 before this number if it is less than 10. This will be a little tricky to do, and the reason is, this node does not keep the leading 0 in a number. But we can still do that by adding few more nodes in this node setup as we see now. We have used a less than check or a comparison here, and then joined it with an additional 0, so that the final output has a leading 0 like this. And you may notice that we have used 9.5 here instead of 10, because whatever number you send as an input will be rounded off by this node tree, but you can customize it as you need for your particular requirement. So this was our quick presentation for today. I hope you like this tutorial. To access our original Blend files for all such tutorials, you can join this channel through the Join button below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel.